We're good now. If my audio's good, just do me a favor and type a 1 in the chat so I know we all right and I can get started. Okay, appreciate it. And then also just let me know how you feeling and why are you here? I'm gonna turn on my video so you know it's the real me. There's a lot of fakes out here, so I just want you to know this is the real me. All right. I'm gonna record this for us too. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, so I just want to know why you're here. I really want to know. I know some people may have experience with coding, and I know a bulk of the people here have zero experience with coding. So just let me know where you are on your journey and why. Like, what made you come here tonight? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, all the ones. So Raekwon, if you can't hear, you might want to leave out, come back in, okay? Marcus said, I need to be a part of the future. That makes sense. That makes sense for sure. Let's go. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Always have been interested in tech and where things are going. Perfect. Perfect. And we put this over here, so we good. Always have been interested, better opportunities. Got it, yeah. What industries are we currently in? Where are we currently working at, y'all? I know some people might be in the medical field. Some people might be working restaurants. Some people might be more in retail. Let me know where y'all working at currently. Career change from engineering to tech. Got you. Okay. I would like to get into this industry for better opportunities. Love it. Okay. Retail for 20 years. Time for something new. Got it. Better opportunity to provide outcomes for my family. Makes sense. Peace, Joseph. Here to learn and grow. New to coding. Want to advance my career and pass the torch. Currently a truck driver. Got it. Industrial mechanic, claims analyst, medical coding and billing. Okay. So you're doing some kind of coding right now. You're just doing some medical coding. All right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, everybody on IG, do me a favor. We live on YouTube right now. You can come over there and join us. And we about to do some coding. We about to do some coding. Anybody here, anybody has already done some coding before? And then if you've never done any before, do me a favor and type unlock below. If you've never done any and you're ready to unlock coding, type unlock below. Here we go. My YouTube is the same name as my Instagram name, Antoine.Digital. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, so we got a lot of newbies. I was trying to decide on what I wanted to show y'all today. I was like, man, it's so many coding languages that I know. And I'm like, I wonder where I should start them at. And I decided to go straight for the money, right? Everybody here is already saying it. They need better opportunities. They need new career, things like that. And that's what I already know. I already felt that way. I said, so let me get straight to it. Usually when I really want to start with coding, and I might do a little bit, honestly, I'm still going to do a little bit of it so you can see how all of these things play together. But for the most part, I'm about to really show y'all where the money at in tech, and especially when it comes to computer programming, aka coding, aka software development. All of these things mean the same thing. Okay. So Python, that's the language that is making people a lot of money right now. It's the #1 coding language in the world. It's the easiest to learn, and it's also the most widespread. It's being used so much right now for everything from big data to artificial intelligence, even to API development, which is how apps communicate with each other. Okay, so we are in an amazing time to learn coding because the history of getting into software development, it's been very difficult, right? Whether it's the way coding is written and the way you had to learn how to code, it was just very difficult and challenging, to also just the amount of paperwork you needed, like the degrees you needed to get a job in tech. No longer is that the case, right? You do not need a degree to get a job in tech anymore, especially when it comes to software development. So I'm excited to show y'all this because it's our time. It's really our time, y'all. So let's take advantage of it, full advantage of it. And I just know that some people just need a more packaged way of getting started. There's a bunch of information out there, a bunch of resources, a bunch of instructors, a bunch of teachers, but too much at some time. Like, so what's really the best way to go? So I'm hopefully today I can, for one, just help y'all understand why we're here and what coding is, but also how to get started, some good tools you can start with for free, and just some basics of the language of Python. And I also, if we have time, I want to show y'all some front-end development too, front end. So when I say front end, that's HTML, CSS, which is like building websites. Python is back end. This is more so things around handling data, algorithms. This is the more powerful stuff, okay? So I like to think of it like this. HTML is more so, think of a human body, okay? So a human body, every single one of us, right, have a skeleton, right? We all have a skeleton. It makes up our frame of who we are. That's like a website, right? Every website has a skeleton, right? It's how the website is structured. It has a heading, it has a footer, it has links, it has buttons. You know, that's kind of like the skeleton of the website. But then every website has a backend, which is a little bit more custom. So for example, if you go to Zoom.com, Zoom's backend is more so around videos and conferencing and how people communicate with each other. Whereas if you go to the back end of something like Walmart.com, their back end is more so about processing orders, letting people, you know, buy things. Amazon is more same thing, retail, selling things. So the code for Amazon or Walmart is way different from the code for something like Instagram or Zoom, which is more so around content and people and things like that. So I'm gonna help you start getting your mind used to the front end versus the back end. Front end developers are, they're more abundant. There's more people who are front end developers because honestly, it's a little bit easier to get into front end development. Now, that does not mean you need to sleep on front end development positions. There's still a lot of money to be made with that. Back end developers, though, it takes a lot more work to become a back end developer because it takes a little bit more time to learn Python and things like that, but it's worth it. And you usually make a little bit more money. Yeah, usually make more money. So it's really important to understand both, because if you can do front end development and back end development, you're something called a full stack developer. Full stack meaning you can build an application from the front end, like from the website, from what you see, all the way to the back end where the data is and where the algorithms work, okay? If this is making sense so far, do me a favor and type unlock in the chat. Okay. Yo, I wanted to be here so bad tonight, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with me so much, for real. I missed Sunday night's class. I don't know if anybody here was registered for Sunday night. If you was one of those Sunday night people, type Sunday below so I can personally send you some apologetic energy because I was ready Sunday, but my computer was not working with me. It was not working with me. Okay, so that's dope. I love to see how many people still showed up. You know, that's good. That shows that you really want this. So that makes me even more passionate to teach you because I see that you are serious. So that's what's up. A lot of people. I love that. Wow, that's real. That's real. Let me charge my phone. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try not to do too much talking today because I mean, I'm without teaching. I'm trying to be hands-on as possible, as much as possible. So I'm gonna try to show more than I just talk. I'm gonna try to show more than I tell. Okay. So let me get a little bit into Python, and also this is kind of an introduction to Python 101, right? So Python 101 is a course that I teach here at Unlock Academy, and it pretty much introduces you to the basics of Python. Really comprehensive, straightforward course, packaged well, but also very simple. Not complicating things, not trying to overdo it, giving you some really good projects and homework and quizzes to really help you understand the language. If you focus on this for like 2 months straight, you'll be really good and set up for greatness with Python. I'm proud of this course. I put it together a little while ago, and it's morphed into Python 202. And coming up next is Python 303. And after that, right, well, simultaneously, I'm about to start a Python cohort. Now, it should be for everybody, but I know everybody isn't going to be able to do it. But this is going to be more intense. The cohort is going to be literally working with me and a couple other coaches, right? Let me not downplay the people that I'm gonna bring on board, but it's going to be mainly, I'm going to be the lead instructor, and I'm bringing on some other Python developers to help coach and supplement the teaching that I'm gonna give you. But my goal, like my vision, is to really be an accountability coach, hands-on, giving you projects and helping you go from 0 to hired in about 8 to 12 months. Okay. And this is going to be a full program, y'all. I'm talking about everything from learning the code to projects, to building a portfolio, to building your resume, to giving you internships. I'm literally going to give you an internship at my development company, to helping you get gigs, right? Literally giving you paid jobs, and then, of course, getting hired. It's like very, very intentional to take you to this point to where you don't know anything, to having a resume and a portfolio and experience. And I'm going to literally show you the proven path to get a job in tech. Okay. Proven path. It's all about, for real, experience. It's really, if you can prove that you know how to build X, Y, Z, when you go into these interviews, they're giving you the job. They're throwing the money at you. They're hungry for new talent. Okay. So we've been working on this for almost 1.5 years, like the perfect cohort program. And I'm excited. We're really about to finally launch it, but we're not launching it till 2024, right? January. And the reason why is because we need people to complete Python 101. It's like a pre-exam. Think of it like that. It's like an entry exam. You have to complete this. If you can't complete Python 101, the cohort won't be for you. I won't co-sign giving you internships. I won't co-sign helping build your resume, connecting you with scouts, right? AKA talent acquisition managers, people who literally will help you find a job. Okay. They get your resume and they shop it around for you. Okay. So we have a database of the scouts. We have a database of companies who are willing to pay you to do little projects for them. And it's not going to be a bunch of money, but what it's going to do is, 1, get you some money in your pocket, and for 2, help you get experience. And 3, more importantly, get you references. So now when you go apply at these companies, they're going to say, hey, how was Jennifer? How was Kenny? How was Joseph when they work for you? So super dope. Like I said, it's a very intentional program. And I know it won't be for everyone, but I am looking for my tribe. I'm looking for my ones who, can really level up. And I know a lot of people want it, but at the same time, like, who can handle it? And it's not going to be hard or challenging, but it's about consistency. It's about discipline. It's about sticking to the script. I want people who can commit. Like, too often people sign up for our stuff and they don't take it serious. And they fall off the bandwagon. We got some heavy hitters who are about to be a part of this. And I want success. I demand nothing less, because we're going to bring our all. And we invest in a lot of money into this. That's another thing. So, yeah, we'll talk more about it. I just wanted to kind of plant that seed. And if you interested in something like that, do me a favor, type cohort below, and I'll be sending out some emails, and I'll be sure to keep my eye on you. So Python 101, let me talk a little bit about this course. Pretty much, it's going to be talking about what Python is, which is a versatile programming language. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Sylvia. It's Julia. It's a language that's very versatile. It's very simple. It was made to be user-friendly. I'm going to show you some languages in a second where coding used to look ridiculous. It was very complicated. They actually used to code on these huge machines on like punch cards, and they had to like poke holes in some paper, and like the machine had to read and figure out what these holes meant. 3 holes meant the A, 4 holes meant the B, things like that. It was very outdated. It was bad. So Python now is literally plain English. Okay. We're dealing with plain English now. So it's really, really cool. Okay. IG, I see y'all. Let me make sure we good over here. Oh yeah, we good. We good. Cool, cool. So I lost my screen. I'm sorry. There we go. So yeah, we use Python to solve problems. That's the main thing. So I want you to think about it like this. If I become a Python developer, my number one job, my number one task is to solve a problem. I'm using this coding language to solve a problem. Why coding? Because computers are supposed to be these efficiency machines. Okay, they're supposed to make our lives more efficient. It's supposed to take away repetitive tasks. It's supposed to be able to handle that stuff for us. So literally Python is a language that looks very much like English. And when we write this English and we put it into the computer, I'm gonna talk about this in a minute, but what the computer does is it breaks it down into machine code, computer code. And the computer now says, oh, you want me to pull all the information from this website, go scrape data from here? Fine, I can do that. You want me to play this video on youtube.com? I can do that. So the computer does stuff for us. So everything we're doing right now, even streaming this video and even you watching this, it's the computer code telling it to do it. And some computer programmer had to write that code and say, when XYZ happens, when somebody press connect to Zoom, I want you to stream this video, okay? So the computer is nothing without us as developers who tell it what to do, okay? Also, we're getting to a point to where artificial intelligence is coming into play, but AI still needs the human to program it. AI is stupid, it's dumb. It's literally nothing without us telling it what to do. If you have heard of this program called ChatGPT, which is an artificial intelligence assistant, it can like pretty much, it's like a chat bot that can respond to whatever kind of queries you give it and what kind of like prompts you give it. But the company who owns ChatGPT, which is called OpenAI, they will tell you this software is nothing without you. You can't just say, make me an ingredient for food. It's going to hallucinate and not know what to do. You have to be very specific, and the more specific you are, the better it can be. Same thing with all computers and all programming, all coding. It's all based on what we tell it to do, okay? So we solve the problems. We're the problem solvers. It's about how good you are with solving problems, with thinking things through, with following through step-by-step instructions, okay? So let's go a little bit more into what Python is. Go into some vocabulary for you, okay? So don't let me scare you away from this, but just a little bit of vocabulary. So for one, it's something called object-oriented. All right. So when you hear somebody say object-oriented, what that means is everything in Python is based on an object. So an object is like a noun, right? We all heard of nouns: person, places, things. When you're coding, you're always coding a person, a place, or a thing. So if you're on a social media app, like let's say TikTok, you have people who are the users, right? The followers, the creators, that's the people. You have places, right? People can tag a place and say, I'm in Hawaii, or I'm in Japan, or I'm in Atlanta, right? That's the places. And then you have things, which are like pictures or videos or comments, things like that. So in code, that's how we're able to build all of these things, because everything is an object. So I'm going to show you how to code a person. I'm going to show you how to code a picture. I'm going to show you how to code a button. Everything is an object. So that helps us, as the reason why this is important, because as humans, that's how we deal with the world, right? We deal with the world through objects. When you go to drive, you're driving a car. That car has a steering wheel. All of those are objects. When you get to a red light, that red light is an object, okay? So literally the whole world around us is full of objects. And now when we go to the digital world, it needs to be the same way, okay? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, do me a favor and type sense. If it makes sense, I just want to make sure we're good. I just want you to know nothing's changing from the physical world to the digital world on a high level. It's the same thing. We now just building this world digitally. Okay. So I want you to know you're already a programmer. Okay. You already program things around you. All right. Hey, if you ever made a sandwich, type sandwich below, because guess what? You've programmed a meal. because what you did was you opened the fridge. That's a function. You opened the fridge, okay? You grabbed the lettuce, you grabbed the mayonnaise, you grabbed the mustard, you put those all together, you know, like you put these ingredients together. That's an algorithm, okay? You already know how to program, you just don't even know it. So when I started realizing these things, I was like, oh, I've been doing this, okay? Okay. Speaking of food, I'm about to get real vulnerable with y'all. I'm not gonna name this brand, but I'm about to make me a little parfait. Got me some granola and is this? Yeah, and a little yogurt. Not trying to promote no companies, but just letting y'all know. Being real vulnerable with my people. If you got anything you want to get off your chest right now, go ahead too. Some people may want to know about coding. Do I have to be good at math? Do I have to really be good at math? No, nope. You honestly can get through all of this coding without knowing any math, okay? Without knowing any math at all, okay? That's the cool part. Sorry, y'all. If this get too ghetto, let me know, okay? I'm sorry. I like to be real, and I gotta eat. I gotta eat so I can bring that energy, okay? So so yeah, on that note, you said I feel dyslexic. That's okay. No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. You won't need it. That dyslexia gonna come in handy though. What if you like math? Does that help? Yes, it does help because, and this is what I had to like. This is the crazy part. I learned how to code first, and then I got good at math. Coding helped my math, and then I started seeing that math was helping my coding. So, not saying that you need to know math to code, but it's a certain kind of logic that comes with math, like following formulas that can help you, right? But it's not necessary, right? But it can help you because it's like if you're good at that, then you can definitely be good at this. But it's not one of those things where if you bad at math, you're going to be bad at coding. It's not that, okay? On topic, because like good thing about Python is that very, very simple syntax. So I'm gonna show you some Python code in a minute. It's very simple, okay? Also, it's an interpretive language, not compiled. I don't want to get too much into that right now. So I'm gonna actually skip over that. I had a little slide for it, but we're getting into our coding time. So let's get into it, okay? But these are all of the things that have been built with Python. Look at this list right here. How many of these have you used before? Now imagine how many of these companies you could work for. They will pay you to use Python. Instead of just using these apps, they will pay you to work on these apps. Think about that for a second. How many on this list have you used? I can say 1, 2. I only use Pinterest like in passing by mistake. I don't even have a Pinterest account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I use 8 of those from a consumer level. Okay. 6, 5, 8. A lot of those, right? Yeah, it's time for us to get money with those. Instead of just using them, it's time to get money with them. That's my logic. So I'm going to show y'all in Python 101 how to install Python on your machine. It's very simple and it's free. So you pretty much go to python.org. And python.org is going to say, that's going to have a download button. And it's going to ask you if you have a Windows or a Mac. Really straightforward. I'm going to show you here in a second. It's really simple to do. And then it's going to download onto your computer. And it's going to be really cool, really simple. Okay. So you go to python.org. Okay. looks just like this. It's only one, python.org. Okay. Then there's a big button right here that says downloads. Okay. And then you want to download the latest version. This is for Mac OS. I guess they know I'm on a Mac right now, but you can go to all downloads if you want. They also got like a little Windows button right here. Okay. And let me make sure it's just that website. Sheesh. These are all the versions of Python that you could download. You don't need to scroll all the way down. Python is always updating, but it only updates a little bit. So they go from Python 3.1 to 3.2 to 3.3, 3.33, 3.34, 3.35. So it's small updates. It's not like huge things where you have to learn the whole language over again, okay? It's not that serious, okay? Cool. Thank you to everybody on IG and everybody on YouTube as well. Staying tapped in. So yeah, you just click the one at the top. It says latest Python release 3.12. When was this released? October 2nd. Okay, I got to download the latest version. Okay, this was last week. Okay. Let's see what they added. Anything good? Nothing crazy. So we ain't gonna get into that right now. So that's one right there. Okay. So let's actually, and then also on top of that, what you may need is something called PyCharm, okay? So PyCharm is where you actually do your coding at, okay? This is where you do your coding at. You download this, they have a community version. Let me see if I can find the community version. Here it goes right here. So you go to jetbrains.com/PyCharm/download, and you wanna go down and make sure you install the community edition. You can just also Google PyCharm Community Edition, and that's where it works. So a lot of people might be like, what is PyCharm? I don't get it. Why do I need this? So think of like, I'm gonna use a lot of cooking analogies and food analogies. So you know how like you get all your food, let's say you wanted to make something like lasagna. You get all your ingredients, right? And you mix them all together, do all your things. That's like your Python code, right? All the ingredients, and you put them all together. But then when you want to cook it and you actually want to run, like you want it to do something, you got to put it into the oven, right? You got to put your lasagna into the oven and let the magic start to happen. Or you got to put it on the stove and let it start, you know, you got to cook your meat or your spinach or whatever it is that you put inside of it. Or your wheat. I call it wheat because I'm a vegetarian and I eat like other kind of proteins. So, but it's like some kind of heat, right, needs to bring your stuff to life. That's what PyCharm is. PyCharm is that oven. It's that stove that actually cooks the code and brings it to life. It runs it and actually turns it into something. So instead of it just being text, it takes it, runs it through like this compiler, turns it into machine code, and executes what the code needs to do. Okay. That's how that works. So you need PyCharm. It's kind of like Microsoft Word, right? You know how you might have an idea for let's say a story, a book. It's an idea in your head and maybe it's on paper at first, but then you need to actually put it into some like real formatting tools. That's what Microsoft Word is. That's what Google Docs is. So it's an environment for turning your ideas into something that's executable and that you can edit it and stuff like that. Okay. So it's called PyCharm. It's free, and there's other versions. There's other things that you can use as well. Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to open up PyCharm, okay, on my computer. And then once it's opened up, we're going to create us a little project and we're going to have a little fun. I just want to introduce y'all to coding. I just want to see what you think. Like, what's your first impressions of this like language? That's it, right? I just want you to know because some people don't even know what it is. So I just want you to see it, see if this is for you, see if you like it, see if you want to try it on a deeper level. And if so, I'll give you access to Python 101. I'll show you how to become a member. I also, on these live streams, I love to give people like, you know, access at a cheaper rate. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to what we've been doing, but we have a scholarship fund now. So I'll let you get in on it, like by taking advantage of our scholarships. And we also have like mentoring if you want more one-on-one. We got some other options as well. But right now, my goal is just to show you what it looks like. I just want you to see it and see if this is even something for you. Because I don't want to force anybody into doing something, okay? So let me go ahead and share this right here. So when you open up PyCharm, you're gonna see some projects, okay? That you may have some projects right here, or you can also create a new project, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and click create new project. And then we need to name this project, and we're gonna just call it something simple like testing out Python, okay? So I'm just gonna name it that, testing out Python. You don't have to click anything else. Everything else is by default. You can leave it right there. It's very simple. Keep everything default, and we'll break down later on what these things do. Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Just opening up. 1 second, 1 second. Come on. There we go. Boom. Okay. So it gave me a little default right now, but I'm gonna erase everything. We're just gonna start with a blank slate. Now, I think last time we was here, some people were saying that the screen was a little small. So let me see if I can go ahead and zoom in for y'all. Okay. Edit. Yeah, there it goes. Hey, I don't know why they never let me zoom in. This is sucky. All right, we got a full screen mode too. So let me go to full screen mode, see if that helps y'all out. Okay, cool. Well, I just seen something that said, okay, that would have been good. All right, looks good. All right, cool. So Python, once again, is plain English. Okay, it's plain English. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the power of Python. I'm gonna write a couple scripts, right? And these scripts are supposed to be just executable code. And what's gonna happen is the lines at the top get ran first, and then everything after that gets ran next. Okay. Kick this out. All right, cool. So I'm gonna start at the top. Okay, I'm gonna just show you because this is what Python is made out of. Okay, Python is made of variables and functions. Okay, think of it like that. Okay, and I want to relate it to something, right? Something like cooking, right? Cooking is made of ingredients. Okay, and you can also call it task, right? Or actual cooking. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's just like ingredients and tasks, right? Or, oh, I get it, like steps. Think of it like that, steps. There we go. Okay, you give me this yellow line. Okay, so I want you to just keep your mind kind of there. Is that like it's like a recipe? Exactly. Yep. Well, I guess all together it equals a recipe, right? So you could say ingredients plus steps equals the recipe. Okay. Whereas in coding, you got variables plus functions equals the algorithm. Okay. All right. So variables, let's get into that first because these are very, very important. So variables, I like to think of these as your ingredients, right? Or sometimes even like your utensils. So they hold data, they hold information for you. Okay. So let's go ahead and, for example, if I wanted to print out something to the screen, I would do something like this. I would say first name equals Antoine. Okay. Then I would say last name equals digital. Okay. They said too many blank lines. All right, I'm happy. No new line at the end of the file. Cool. All right. So first name is a custom name that I just built. I could have named this anything I want. I could have named it first name. I could have named it first N, short for name. I could have spelled name a little different and said first name one, right? Or first surname, anything, right? You can name variables anything you want, as long as it does not use a built-in word. So there's some built-in words that as well that you just cannot use, right? So for example, I think, let me see, there's a built-in word like all. You can't use the keyword all as your variable name, because as it says, it will shadow or overpower the built-in name all. All is a function that does something else, right? You can't name your variable function because the word function already exists inside of coding. So you're going to learn that there's certain words you don't want to use. But for the most part, anything you want to call it, especially if you add underscores or numbers at the end, you can be very creative. Okay. So that's examples of variables. We also could do something like, I'm thinking about some food algorithms, right? So we could say something like rice equals, we're going to call it, oh, this is what I'm going to do. I wanted to do this. So if we making a meal and we need to know how much of some stuff that we need, I was thinking like, hey, maybe we should just like come up with how much rice do we need? So for rice, I'm going to put 2, right? And this 2 stands for 2 cups of rice, okay? And then I might also need something like beans, right? So I'm going to say 2 as well, because this stands for 2 cans of beans, okay? And then we might need some salts. So I'm going to put 1.5 because we need a tablespoon and a half of salt, okay? And then you might need something else like pepper as well. And it just looks like, 2, because we need like 2 tablespoons of pepper. Okay. So that's how you create variables. Okay. That's how you create it. You just literally give it a name and a value. Okay. So that's the one thing I'm going to tell you right now. Variables are made up of of name and a value. Okay. When you cook it, right, you need a certain ingredient and how much of that ingredient. That's the value. Okay. So if I say rice, if I tell you cook some tacos and I want you to put some rice on the side, how much rice you going to ask me? How much do I need? That's the value of it. Okay. So then let's say you need to know total how many cups. Let me get a better example, right? Because we're gonna stick to seasoning as well, right? We might also need something called sazon. Everybody knows what sazon is if you got Mexican or Spanish friend at all. Like if you got any Latino friend, you might know what some sazon is. But we might need, 1 tablespoon of sazon as well. Did I spell that right to my Latinos in the building? Okay. Okay, you with me? So you see that, right? Now let's say we wanted to add up how many tablespoons total of seasonings we have. So I will create a function. A function, the goal of a function, right, is to mix it all together, right? It mixes it all together. So I will create a function, but I need to define it first. So you define it by typing DEF, which is define. So what I'll do is I'll say define, and I'll say mix, what's this called? Seasonings. Okay, mix seasonings. So this is a function, and what the function accepts is it needs to know, what am I mixing? So you say we're gonna mix ingredient 1, ingredient 2, and ingredient 3. Okay, so this is how you create a function. First, you need the keyword definition, or def for short. Okay, you name your function whatever you want to name it, and then you need to pass, you need these parentheses, and you want to pass through what you want to do, like what is your actual variables and your values. You want to pass those things through. So I could have made this function only add 2 ingredients if I wanted to. I could have kept it like this, but I know for my recipe it's going to take 3 ingredients. Okay, I can create another one that only takes 2 ingredients, or another recipe that takes 6 ingredients. Okay, now the goal of this right here, and maybe right now y'all could tell me, I want to just see who's decent with math. If I asked you how many tablespoons total of seasoning do we have, what would you say? How many total tablespoons do we have? Okay, everybody who said 4.5, you are correct. Exactly, right? So imagine you had a website where somebody came and they wanted that. They wanted to know, okay, I'm about to do this cooking, but how many tablespoons do I need total of everything? How much was in my meal? You don't want them to have to call you every single time and say, hey, for your recipe, how many tablespoons total is it? That would be annoying. So instead, what you would do is you would create code with a function that automatically calculates it for you. So what it would do is you would say total tablespoons, that's a new variable, okay? So now we have a new variable that's going to be equal to ingredient 1 plus ingredient 2 plus ingredient 3. Okay? Somebody, Angel asked, how does it differentiate between the seasonings and the other ingredients? Great question. Great question. I'm about to show you that right now. Because what we need to do is we need to call the function, Angel. We need to call it. We need to call it and specifically pass through the ingredients that we want to add up. So watch this. On this next line, what I'm going to do, you're supposed to call it and say mix seasonings. Call your function, right? And you need to pass through what ingredients you want. So I pass through salts, I pass through pepper, and I pass through sazon. Okay? So now when it gets here, oops, there we go. So what's going to happen is, like, starting from the top all the way to the bottom, starting up here, right? This just registers the function in memory. So when you write this, what it does is it just stores it in memory and say, hey, here's my function called mixed seasoning. Anytime I call mixed seasoning anywhere within my code, these are the steps you need to take. You need to add up ingredient 1 plus ingredient 2 plus ingredient 3. Take that total, which is 4.5, and I want you to store it in this variable called total tablespoons. So now total tablespoons has a value of 4.5. And then we can do anything we want with that. Okay, we can store it in a database. We can show it on a website. We can print it to the screen and just like to the terminal. We can do anything we want with it. Okay. Angel said, okay. All right, cool. Ask a million questions, y'all. No dumb questions here. No judge zone. This is a safe space. Don't let me keep going if you don't understand something. Ask those questions, okay? That's what I'm here for. I fail if you don't understand what's going on, okay? Give y'all a second, just in case you got some questions. I'm gonna give you a second. So once again, I created a bunch of ingredients. 3 of these ingredients I needed to add together and get the total so I can know how much seasonings is total in my recipe, okay? And this might be, I don't know why this might be a good use case, but somebody might want to know, they might be watching a calorie count or something like that, right? So something like, that's another thing we could do, right? We can do something, that's probably even another good example, right? I could do something like another variable called salt calories, okay? Okay, and salt calories, ooh, this is really good. So imagine if I wanted to know how many calories is in a salt. What I would do is I would need a function that's called calculate salt calories. And what it needs is, it needs the salts ingredient, and then the function will do this. The function will be total calories equals, this needs to be called something like salt table. Let me see. Number of salt tablespoons. So I want to know how many tablespoons is in it. So what if the formula to calculate calories was the number of tablespoons times, I don't know, how do we calculate calories? Don't get me to lying, but what if it was times 100? So 2, if we got 1.5 is the amount of tablespoons times 100 will give you the calorie count. So it'll be 1.5 times 100, which equals, I think, 150. That's how many calories is in 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Okay. So that's how this is 2 different functions. This function mixes the seasonings together and gives us the total tablespoons. Okay. It gives us the total amount. This function calculates how many calories is in salt. I can create another one to calculate how many calories is in a pepper, and another one to calculate how many calories is in a sazon. And we can keep on doing that over and over again. Okay. Okay. So salt calories will equal calculate salt calories function. So I'm calling this function up here, and then I want to pass through salt, and that's it. That's it. So what happens is we got this key function called return. I'm going to add a return statement to both of these, and then I'm going to answer your question, Knowledge and Angel. Return means send back the end result. So we did this calculation right here, which was tablespoons times 100. What we need to return back is total calories. So now, wherever in the code where we called this function, which is down here, this is how it works, right? When PyCharm gets to this line of code, it says salt calories is equal to calculate calories. So it's going to go up here to this function. It's going to do the calculation. And then when it says return, what return means is it's now going to take that total and then store it here. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. Think of a factory. Think of you going to a factory, right? Literally a machine at a factory. Have we all seen a factory where there's this machine and you put something at the left end of the machine, it goes through it, and then by the time it comes out, it's something different, right? I don't know if y'all heard of a Krispy Kreme. It's like a donut restaurant, but they put dough at the left end of the machine, and by the time it gets to the end, it's a donut. Okay, it's how everything is made, from food to sneakers to clothes items. It's a function. The machine is literally a function where when you pass something through it, the input, this is the input, we had to pass through the number of tablespoons, and then it has a output. The output is the calculation that comes from the function. This is the actual algorithm inside of it. That's what this is. This is the actual steps. This is the actual machine, this whole line right here. This is the machine. Okay? So I'm going to do that all one more time. I'm going to make sure we got it. Okay? So the beginning of the conveyor belt, we pass through salt. We pass through our raw ingredients, our raw material. We pass it through to the function. The computer program, the computer is going to call our function and say, here's my raw resources, salt, 1.5 tablespoons, the input. I want you to take that input, do your magic. And in this situation, the magic is just this one line, which is just a simple calculation. Okay? Do your magic, store that in the variable called total calories, and then return total calories and store it in this variable called salt calories. Yes, makes sense 360 degrees. You input info for it into a function. Yes, you put info in, it sends something out. That's a function. It takes input in, usually some variables, right? It takes some variables in, and then it returns some other variable after the calculation is finished. Once again, it's like cooking. That's why I said, right, at the very beginning, cooking is made of ingredients and steps. It's like the stove. You take your raw food, you put it into the oven, and when it's done, it comes out as cooked. It comes back as the finished process, okay? So does it matter what order you write the script in, since the words dictate the functions and the output? Great question. So, yes, to answer your question, yes. In order for you to call this function called calculate salt calories, the program need to already know that it existed. So you're going to notice my functions are at the top, okay? Let me delete my name and stuff. We don't need this anymore. But my functions are at the top because later on, my algorithms, my steps, my ingredients are going to call those functions, but they need to already be created, okay? It's like cooking at home. You need to have heat, electricity, a stove first before you start cooking. You're not going to start whipping up stuff and then say, all right, I'll be back. I'm about to run to XYZ store and buy a stove. You already created it. You already have it. You have it ready, sitting there waiting. Great question, Angel. Okay. Knowledge Code said, that's where I get confused at, storing it in a database. Could you go more in depth? Yep. So what happens is, think of it like this. These variables I just created right here are all what I just made. It's like created by me. So it's what we call hard coded. Okay. So I hard coded how many cups of rice, how many cups of beans, how many tablespoons of salt, so far, so on. I hard coded that. Now, what if you wanted to create a website where your users can create recipes? They come to your website, they log in, and they say, and you give them a website that says, hey, add your ingredients, create your own recipe. And then we'll store it in this database. And anytime you come back here, we'll have it so you can now, you can pull from it. So all they have to do is type it in once, and then boom, it's saved into a database. And anytime they come back here and log in, they can pull their recipes. That's what will happen, okay? So the database will be important because we need somewhere to store custom information. When somebody gives us their list of ingredients, we need to store it into a database. So we would do something like, and this is not perfect code, but it would look something like this. You would say DB, which is database, right? Or database dot store, and then you would store ingredient 1, ingredient 2, so far, so on, okay? And what store does is it literally, oh, I got a screen for you. Let me go show you. It goes and store it into something that looks like this. And it goes like this. Here we go. Boom. Look at this right here, y'all. This is what a database looks like, okay? This is literally a database right here. Now, it is a database because this is what it looks like. It's a table, right? This is what most databases look like. You have columns, okay? And then you have rows. So every row, for example, this first row has all of the same columns. It has a name, status, the email address, when somebody registered, the last time they logged in. So this is the database. So your Python code will be tracking and storing information into the database. Every time somebody logs in, you will have code that says login user, okay? Update status. Maybe they want to change their email address. You will have a function called update email. So if a company hires you to create their admin dashboard for all of the users, or let's say all of the employees at their company, you will create this dashboard, which is pretty much a database. You will write the code that has these columns, and I can show you how to do that, right? It's not that hard. Actually, that's going to be one of our projects. One of our projects when you join the cohort is to create an admin dashboard like this. Okay? I hope that cleared up your question. Oops. You have your ingredients equals functions and your seasoning equals algorithm, and your return bakes it for the outcome. Am I correct? So ingredients equal function. So let's go back over that. Ingredients equals function. So pretty much you got to think about reading it from right to left in this situation. So when PyCharm gets down to this line, it gets to line 22, the first thing it does is it executes what's on the right side of this equal sign. You see this equal sign right here? It calculates this side first. It does whatever's on the right side first. And then it takes whatever's on the right side, the results of that, and it stores it over here in this variable. Okay? So this variable equals the function results. It equals the function's output. Hope that makes sense. Let me know if it does and if that correlates to what you was trying to say. When you hard code your ingredients, what part of that process made sure that the mixed seasonings are differentiated from the rice and beans? So it's literally how you call your functions. So if you look at how I calculated the salt calories or mix the seasonings, I did not add rice in here, okay? I did not add rice. I did not add beans. So I controlled what mixed seasoning does and what it gets. I controlled the input, right? So if you had a big factory, a big food factory, you'll have one machine that just mixes together let's say the seasonings. You'll have another machine that may cook the beans and get those warm and stuff like that. And then you'll have a third machine that puts them all together, okay? That puts them all together. So I'll make another function called def cook rice and beans, okay? So it would need to pass through the rice and it would need to pass through the beans. Okay. And what happens in this is like one of the, this is just, I don't know. I don't know what to do with rice and beans. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I didn't expect to get this deep with y'all, but y'all asking some really good questions. But let's just say, for example, this function is supposed to just mix those together. It's supposed to just add them together. So it's going to be something like meal, let's call it meal equals rice plus your beans. How much rice to how long to boil it? Oh, I like that. I think I see what you're saying. So that would be the function is like, how long does it take to boil it? So let me see. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to mess with it. We're going to mess with it. I'm going to come up with a real cool food project now that I think about it. Right now, I just wanted to kind of show y'all. Okay. I just want to show y'all kind of like the syntax. I wanted you to just kind of see the syntax of coding, right? That's what this really was about. Okay. No punishment. Thank you. Okay, I peep. All right, cool. Yeah, so meal equals rice plus beans, and then we just return meal. Okay, so remember, these are very, very simple ideas. Now I'm about to go and show y'all something dope. I'm about to show you something real dope. What I'm doing right now is considered old school coding, right? Right. I'm about to show y'all a new way to code, and also I'm gonna show you some real world examples so that way you can see what coding really is and like what functions really look like. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait. Before we move forward, I at least want to execute this code. Let's at least execute it so y'all can see what happens. Okay. So I'm gonna call this total cups of rice and beans. Okay. So by the end of this, I just want to print out how many total cups of rice and beans we got, and how many total calories we got, and how many total seasonings we got. Okay. That's it. I just want I want us to have something. I want us to have some kind of project. Okay. So mixed seasonings is going to give us our total tablespoons. Calculate salt calories is going to give us our total calories. For at least just the salt, at least for now. And then cooked rice and beans is going to give us our total amount of rice and beans. So here goes salt calories. Here goes total tablespoons of seasonings. Okay. And then what was the other one we needed? Total cups of rice and beans. Okay, so we call our function cooked rice and beans. We got to pass through our rice, and we got to pass through our beans as input. Okay, so now I got all three of these. I got this salt calories, I got the tablespoons. Okay, I'm all good. So what I need to do now is, in this simple example, what I want to do is I just want to print them to the screen. So I want to do something that says print, okay, salt calories, okay? And what it's going to do is it's going to say salt calories. It's going to print this to the screen. It's going to print, actually, I wanted to say this is the total amount of salt calories. And it's going to print the total amount next to it. So I'm going to save that. And then we're going to actually execute it. So I'm going to go over here to, I think it's view, and then exit presentation mode. And I'm gonna click run up here at the top right-hand corner. So this is how you run your code and makes, now this is me turning on the oven and making this code actually run and do something, execute. So I click run, and then at the bottom of the screen, watch this. Oh, I got an error message, okay? My error message says you only can concatenate. This is a new word, I'm sure, to a lot of people. Anybody want to guess what concatenate mean? Real quick, anybody got some quick guesses? I'm liking it. Thank y'all for guessing. Here we go. Okay, so great. Thank you for guessing. And it was Dakisha who said mix. That's a great answer. Craig said combine. Great answer. Re-Rob, great answer, said join together. Yeah, connect, knowledge code. Concatenate means to put together. So what they telling me is, and it literally, this is how coding is so fun and so easy. They telling me go to line 35. Go to line 35 of your code, which is right here. And it says we can't concatenate a string, str, which is a string, which is a word. So this is, or words, or a sentence, or something like that. So a string is pretty much a sentence or words or any kind of text, okay? So it's saying we can't combine text plus a float. A float, y'all, is a number, okay? It's really, honestly, it's a decimal. So if you ever hear float, float means decimal. So let me go ahead and just add a little comment here. Float equals, means a decimal number, okay? Integer, we all probably heard of that, but that means a whole number. So they saying we can't concatenate a string and a float, okay? We can't put those two together. Anytime you see me put a hashtag in front of something, that's called a comment. And that just means it's like notes. You could believe notes inside of your code. The program won't execute it. It skips right over it. So like I can literally write anything here and just say like Antoine loves to code, and the program won't do anything with this. It doesn't care about it because the hashtag just means comments. Okay, it just means leave a note inside the code. So anyway, they're telling me, dude, you cannot mix these two together. This is a float. So what I need to do is I need to turn this float into a text, right? So what that looks like is I need to turn, let's say it's 4.5 calories, or let's say 400 calories. I need to turn that into quotations 400. It's dumb, but this is coding. The computer is dumb. So you have to tell it specifically what you want to do. So you need to pretty much add quotation marks around this, but this is not how you do it. Instead, what you want to do is you just want to type string, str. It's a function that's built in. And what you want to do is, this is what it looks like. You just say str, and inside of str, you pass through salt calories. And what it's going to do is automatically add the quotations for you. So now this has just become a string. It's still 400. That has not changed. But now at least when I'm concatenating these together, first I turn it into a string and then the concatenation happens. So this is coding, y'all. This is the stuff that you're going to be going through. These are the kind of errors you're going to have. It's going to tell you, hey, I don't know how to concatenate a string plus a number. I don't know how to do that. Okay. Us as individuals, we're smart. Okay. If I say in a sentence, I can literally put together a sentence that says, when I was 5 years old, I love watching the Rugrats, whatever, right? That would be easy for me to say and for your brain to comprehend. Your brain is okay with mixing numbers and words together, but the computer needs very specific instructions. So you have to literally say, hey, turn this into a string real quick, and then add these together to make a full sentence that says, this is the total amount of calories, 400. So let me run this again, click play, and this time it says database is not defined. Let me get rid of this code right here. Remember that code is saying on line 50, that does not work. It shouldn't work. So my bad. So I'm gonna put one more, I'm gonna run it one more time, and look, it did the output for us. It says this is the total amount of sought calories. Same thing as here. This is the total amount of sought calories, colon 150, okay? Let's do it again, print. This is the total amount of rice and beans. This time I say, turn this variable, total cups of rice and beans, into a string and then print it to the screen. So when I click run, now we got both of those there, okay? So once again, this is not to teach you how to be a master programmer right now. What this is supposed to teach you is that coding is literally plain English. I'm telling it to print, and it prints it down here. I'm telling it to add rice plus beans. Rice is equal to 2. Beans is equal to 2. So if I printed that to the screen, that's why we got 4, because 2 plus 2 is 4, okay? Nothing crazy, no wild math at all. 2 plus 2 is 4. Total cups of rice equals 4. That's what this really says right here, okay? This really is, because rice is 2 and beans is 2, this really says 4. So now anywhere in my code where I got total cups of rice and beans, like right here, return that is really just returning 4. It returns it to this function call right here. So this is really saying 4. Print to the screen 4. You see that? That number 4 now is just being passed around everywhere. That's how this got right here on the screen, 4, because I said print that variable, which was before called total cups of rice, which came from us calling this function, which came from us returning that, right? Which came from this calculation of 2 plus 2. If that makes sense, type unlock for me below. Okay. We got a lot of people plugged in. We got a lot of people plugged in right now. See, let's get it. All right, cool. Is coding basically what you put into ChatGPT as far as giving the commands and info? No. You kind of. It depends what you mean by that, because you can literally give ChatGPT code and tell it to do something for you, right? Literally. Watch, like, let's take this code right here. Right? I'm gonna take this whole block of code. I'm gonna go over to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna say, hey, can you explain this block of code I'm going to share with you, right? Let's see what it does. Of course, I'd be happy to help you understand a block of code. Please go ahead and share the code with me. I'll do my best to explain it to you. Now I'm gonna paste that code. Here it all goes, right? Let me get rid of this, right? I'm gonna get rid of those comments up there. Now here's our code. Everybody see that? Everybody see that? So I'm not tripping. I'm not lying to y'all. Y'all see that? Okay. Yep. Now let's see what it says this code does. Let's see what it says. This block of code appears to be a Python script that calculates and prints some information related to cooking rice and beans with specific seasoning. Let's break it down step by step. Function definitions. This code defines 3 functions. Number 1, mix seasonings. This function takes 3 ingredients, presumably for seasoning, sums them up, and returns the total in tablespoons. Does that make sense? Does that sound about right to us? Is that what the function was supposed to do? All right. Function number 2, calculate salt calories. This function calculates the total calories based on the number of tablespoons of salt passed to it. It assumes that 1 tablespoon of salt contains 100 calories and returns the total calories. You see that? It assumes that 1 tablespoon contains 100 calories because our function was 100 times each tablespoon of salt. Okay? And then it did the same thing for cooked rice and beans function. And then it has variable assignments. After defining a function, the code sets values for various variables. Rice is set to 2, representing 2 cups of rice. Beans is set to 2, representing 2 cans of beans. Salt, pepper, and sazon are set to 1.5, 2, and 1, respectively, representing tablespoons of seasoning ingredients. Then we get into function calls. So first we had function definitions. You see the difference? These are function definitions. This just defines what the function does, okay? So this is just literally putting an oven in your house. That just defines, you hook it up into the wall, that's just defining it. You turn it on, like a microwave, you turn it on, you activate it, you plug it in. That's what we're doing here. We're just getting it started. And then you have function calls where you actually call the function. You execute the function, okay? All right, and that's what they have here. The code then calls the defined function with respective variables and stores the results in new variables. Salt calories stores the result of calling calculate salt calories, which calculates the calories based on the amount of salt, okay? So it just goes through it. So this is good. It calculates everything for us, okay? It does it all for us. So real quick, any questions, type a question mark if you're a little confused, or if you have a question, type unlock if you feel like you understanding a little bit that Python is this language written in English that is just a series of steps. And these steps can be anything, something simple as cooking or something as complex as a freaking timeline algorithm that shows you all of the social media posts that it feels like you would be interested in, okay? Strings can't be floats. No, there's different data types. A string, there's strings, there's numbers, and there's different kind of numbers. You have integers, you have floats, you have something called a double, but like there's pretty much integers and decimals. And then you have also something called Boolean. Boolean is true or false, okay? So once again, it's just like plain English. When talking with somebody, you are either using words, numbers, or positives and negatives. Yes, no's, true, false, up, down kind of thing, right? That's same way with programming. We have those kind of data types. So once again, like Python was created to turn everything in the physical world into digital. So anything you could think of physical, please, if you want to test me right now. I can probably show you how that's represented in the digital world, okay? That's all we're trying to do, solve problems. We want to take a problem that somebody's having. For example, you want to ship information. You want to ship packages from Japan to the United States. It needs to be shipped. So we need digital boxes. We need digital addresses, right? We need digital recipient names and all of that, right? That's it. I think I'm beating a dead horse, but I just want you to understand that everything that's in the physical world, we're going to be turning digital. So right now, the number one thing that you can do for yourself is start to think projects. And that's what we're going to do in Python cohort. It's going to be heavy projects because once you have a project in your mind, now you're working from reverse. Instead of just thinking like, okay, I got a blank slate, what do I code? That's dumb, right? That's how most colleges teach people. They tell you here's a blank screen and start coding, come up with something. And I think it should be in reverse. So for example, right? Let's say I wanted to create an algorithm that Bear with me because I want this to be kind of simple. This is a good one. Okay. So imagine if I wanted an algorithm that takes my car, it takes my information, because I'm going through this right now. I've been with this company called Geico for 7 years, 8 years, right? 8 years I've been with this company. And tell me why my premium, my insurance payment is going higher, right? It's going higher. So what I've been thinking about is like, need some kind of tool that can help me find insurance that really works for me. So I want to build some kind of project or something. I don't know what it is right now. This is not really the project I want to work on. But just imagine something like this, where if I give this app my information, it automatically spits out how much money I should be paying for insurance. Okay. How much I should be paying. I have not had any accidents. I have not got any tickets. How much money should I be paying for insurance? So with that being said, it should be easier for me now to now start coding, because I got an idea of where I'm headed. I know that I need to know this person's information, their age, their, let's say, location, their driving history, right? I need to know this information. And then the program needs to have some kind of function that runs some kind of calculation. And that calculation then should be turned into some kind of number, some kind of output, some kind of result, some kind of number. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT to help me with that. I want to create a program that helps me calculate how much my car insurance is based on my personal data that I input into the program. Okay. This is ChatGPT. I'm about to show y'all some dope stuff, right? This is really cool. This is how you prompt it to help you get it what you want. I want this to be a program written in Python. I want it to be very simple and basic and showcase how to use variables and functions. Okay. The information that the program should accept and expect is as follows. Okay. I'm going to say age. I'm going to say years of driving with no accidents. And I'm going to say state. And anything else y'all want to add on this? Is or should be. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Niger vehicle. Oh yeah, vehicle, right. Vehicle, what? Vehicle height. Okay. Gender matters too. Sheesh. Okay. And then I'm gonna tell ChatGPT also, I know that you don't, oh shoot. Ooh, it's about to start typing already. Wait, I'm not done. I don't want it to do it yet. It was about to start going already. Wait, don't have access to real insurance policy numbers, but I just want you to come up with a formula that estimates the total insurance. These typos is bad. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and just go with that. Sure, I can provide you with a simple Python program that estimates car insurance based on the provided input. Please note that this is a basic estimation and does not reflect actual insurance policy pricing. It's just for demonstration purposes. Perfect, cool. So look at this. Look how quick it just generated the code for us, okay? And it breaks it down for you. In this program, we define a function called calculate insurance that takes the input parameters, type input. If you remember, we just talking about input, right? Our input is age, years without accident, state, vehicle type, and gender, okay? And calculates the estimated insurance premium based on some predefined factors and constants. These factors are arbitrary and can be adjusted as needed. We use dictionaries, and I'm gonna talk later on about what a dictionary is, but essentially it's a storage, it's a storage tool. It's kind of like when you're cooking, you could store things in a pot, in a bowl, in a cup, in a spoon, something like that. So same thing with dictionaries and values. You can store stuff in different containers. So a dictionary is a type of container because of the way it works. So we don't have to get into it right now, but just know that they're saying like, we're going to store all of these factors. We're going to just hold these factors, states, vehicle types, and genders. These factors can be modified to represent your own estimation criteria. The program takes user input for various parameters and calls calculate insurance function to estimate the premium, okay? So let's look at the code. The main function is called calculate insurance. It got all of our variables right here. So do you see how, like, I just want to go back to the main point, is that once you got an idea in your mind, this is how you can learn how to code, because now you're working backwards. Do you now, like, this code is going to make so much more sense to you because you know it's a real world example. You know what we're talking about. You know about insurance. You understand this whole idea of there's some kind of calculation to figuring out how much your insurance premium is, right? Everybody, that's making sense? Okay. So look at this. These are some variables. And look, it says base premium is $1,000. So it's just coming up with it by, like, the basic is no matter what, it's going to be $1,000. Everybody who signed up for insurance is going to be $1,000 minimum. Now, age factor is 50. Accident factor is 100. So these are like their numbers that they're saying, like, age represents about 50. Accidents represent about 100. That goes to show how much the weight of these things are. Your state, a little bit smaller. So if you're in New York, your insurance is probably going to be higher compared to somebody who's in Texas, okay? You see that? That's what that's saying right here. Texas is only 1.05, whereas in New York is 1.2. Vehicle type factor, sedans are less risky than trucks, okay? And trucks are even less riskier than sports cars, okay? Please tell me this is making sense, y'all. Please, 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 please. Okay. Sense, thank you, thank you. But at the same time, remember what I told y'all, everybody who's gonna be coding with us and who wanna join Python 101, we're gonna get through all this. We're gonna take our time. You're not gonna get everything in one session. That's not the goal. The goal is to be able to just kind of vaguely follow along and be able to kind of get what's happening, you know? So that way repetition turns into mastery, okay? Okay. Jacob said khakis. I'm not sure what you mean by khakis. Premium. Now this is the formula. Calculate insurance premium based on input data. The premium, which is going to be how much your insurance is equal to the base premium, which is what? How much is base premium, y'all? Yep, Clarence, thank you. 1,000, cool. Equals base premium plus age times age factor. So whatever the user's age is, and look down here, it's going to ask input, enter your age. Okay, I'm about to show you, we about to run this program too before we jump off. Okay. Oh, wearing khakis. Y'all funny. Y'all know, y'all got these jokes. Okay. Yeah, I've been watching the commercials. Okay, I got you. So that's how you calculate the premium. It's going to be age times age factor plus the premium. Premium, then the premium gets this function right here. You see it says minus equals. This can be simplified. Let me show you what this really means. This really means premium. I'm going to do it on another line. This really means premium is equal to premium minus years without an accident. So the longer you haven't had an accident, the bigger this number is going to be, and they're going to subtract it from the premium. And that's going to end up being the new premium price. So if your premium was $1,000 plus the age factor, which added, let's say, another $200, now it's $1,200. The new premium is going to be $200 minus whatever your years without accident equation becomes, which might be, let's say, 100. So it's going to be 1,200 minus 100 because you haven't had an accident in so long. And it just continues to get all of these numbers. State factor, it gets those. Vehicle type factor, it gets those. Gender factor, it gets those. And then it does all of the equations. Premium, this same thing, this times equal is just saying premium equals premium times the state factor. So it's just a way of saying, like, we're adding on top of what already exists. This just keeps adding to the premium or subtracting from the premium based on each one of these. Okay. Yep. I'm saving. It's going to be on my YouTube, Antoine.Digital. Yep. You can watch the replay there. Okay. So after it does all of these functions, right, it calculates the premium, it returns it in a variable. Okay. It returns it. So calculate insurance, which is this function right here, calculate insurance, when we call it, it passes through all of these variables, and then the function result is going to get stored in here, insurance premium. And then we just pretty much print that to the screen. So watch me take all of this code. You can just click up here, this top thing, this is copy code. I'm gonna go back over here to PyCharm. Okay, I'm gonna create a new little file. So to run this code, it's gonna be separate from our seasoning code. So what you do is you just right click on your project and go to new, and then go to Python file. And I'm gonna call this calculate insurance premium. Okay. Okay, and I just pasted it inside of here. So there we go. There goes the code ChatGPT gave us. Let's run it and see what happens. Boom, I just click run. Now at the bottom of my screen, boom. Oh, never mind. Let me run this one. Click run, calculate insurance. Look at this at the bottom. It says enter your age. Okay, let's say that this person is 21 years old. Enter the number of years without an accident. I'm gonna say they have been only driving a few years, so we're gonna say 3 years. Enter your state, and we're gonna say California. Enter your vehicle type. I'm gonna say it's a truck. Enter your gender. I'm gonna say female. And then look, your estimated car insurance premium is $2,598. Okay, so $2,500, almost $2,600. Y'all see that? If that makes sense, what just happened, type unlock. This easily could have been a website. This could have been an app. Instead, we're just asking for basic input from the command line, okay? But this is how we build apps and websites the same way. Python doesn't care about all of the buttons in the website input boxes and all of that. Like, Python doesn't deal with that. That's where HTML and CSS come in at. That's the user interface side of things. As Python developers, all we care about is this logical code right here, okay? We don't need buttons and all that other good stuff to test out our algorithm. This is our algorithm right here. It got the variables, it added some together, multiplied some together, put it all together, and then boom, that's our premium. How we feeling? How we feeling, y'all? How we feeling? I see a lot of unlocks. I see a lot of unlocks. There we go. Woo. I'm a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm nervous, man, because I want y'all to get this. But I know it's not gonna happen in one session. But if y'all following along and we ain't got that many questions, that means we're doing something great. But listen, remember, Python developers get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this every day. My goal is to get y'all from being regular Python developers to becoming AI engineers. So after a year of mastering Python, the next level, the next cohort is people who finish the Python cohort. You're going to get a job, you're going to get your internships, all of that good stuff. But at the same time, I want to keep training you. So that way now you go from just being a Python developer to being an AI engineer. Okay? Y'all with me? I hope so. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna do another one and I'm gonna change around some of these variables, but let's just remember this right here. I'm gonna take this result and I'm gonna put this over here into, so we can remember what the premium was for somebody who was 21 from California with 3 years of no issues. I'm gonna answer some questions real quick. I'm looking forward to learning more with y'all. Yeah, for sure. Real quick, before I forget, anybody who wants to join a Python program, I didn't give the scholarship details. I told y'all before in AI school, but we're doing half off for memberships, okay, half off. So our Python membership is $100 per month. So you can do two things. You either can get 50% off your first month, okay? Actually, excuse me, it's your first 2 months. I forgot we talked about that. So you can get your first 2 months 50% off. Or if you want to sign up for the year, you can get 50% off the full year. We'll pay for half of your year, and then you pay the other half. So that's valid right now. Take full advantage of it. And if you complete this before January, you can join our cohort. Okay, that's the goal. All right. So do me a favor. If you want either one of those specialties, just send me an email, Antoine@unlock.academy. 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 Okay. I'll put it down here in the code so you can actually see it. Okay. I'm looking for my people. I'm looking for my serious people. I would love for y'all to join us. We're going to be doing live lessons weekly. Now, I'm not even talking about for the cohort. We're going to do that too. I'm talking about now. I want to see y'all mastering this now. Okay. And it's going to be all project based. So it'll be easier and easier as we go along. Okay. So let's say somebody who instead of 21, I'm going to just change one variable. Only thing I'm going to change is their age. This person is 41, still got 3 accidents, still in California, still got a truck. And still female. Woo! What happened, y'all? Why is the premium so much higher now? Why is the premium so much higher now? Let me do that, make sure nothing went wrong. 41, okay. 3 years without an accident in California. They got a truck and they're female. $4,000. What do y'all think it is? I got an idea what I think it is. Think it's the age? I think it could be the age. This is PyCharm IDE. I think it might be the age, but it could be mixed without the years of the accident too, because what's the big factors? It's definitely age is a big factor. Accident. I think it's the accident though. It's like you 41 and you just had an accident 3 years ago. I don't know. So let's try it again. 41. And let's say they haven't had an accident in 10 years. Okay. California still, truck, female. Oops. Okay. Maybe it just knew what I meant. Cool. But look at that. That it went down. It went down a lot. It went down to 3,300 instead of 44 or something like that. Let's try it one more time. 41. And I'm going to say 10 years again in California, driving a truck. This time it's a male. Why the heck did I type make? I typed make. Did gender have any kind of, it was a little bit male, gender. Okay, so not much. Now watch this. Age 41, years without an accident, 41. Never had an accident. In New York. This time they're driving a truck again, and it's a female. Woo! They actually owe you money. If you never had an accident, they actually owe you money. They trying to give it to you. This algorithm is bad. There's no way they're gonna give you that. There should have been some code in there that said no matter what, the minimum should be 4,000, should be 1,000, right? So this is what I would do as a coder. I would go back to ChatGPT and I would say, this is cool, but if the user has not ever had a accident, then it's possible for the premium to be negative, and it should never be negative. Update the code to fix this issue. Yo, listen, y'all, rock with me. I'm gonna show y'all how to be a prompt engineer. I'm gonna show you how to get this money. You can build anything you want now, y'all. Anything you want. There's so many possibilities right now. This is crazy. So it said, you're absolutely right. The code should ensure that the insurance premium is never negative. We can update the code to handle this by setting a minimum premium value if the number of years without accidents results in a negative premium. So here goes the updated code. Okay, I'm gonna take this code. I'm gonna take it back over into my PyCharm. Where are you? There you go. Boom. I'm going to delete all of that code. I'm gonna update it with the newest code. Okay, and I'm gonna click run. And then we're gonna do this again. 41 years old, haven't had an accident in 41 years, in New York, driving a truck, and it's a female. Woo! Minimum insurance is $0. Okay, minimum is 0. Now look, this is the code right here that did that. Ensure the premium is never negative. If premium less than 0, premium equals 0. I'm gonna say no. Premium equals the base premium. Why wouldn't it be the base? ChatGPT, you freaking fool. It should definitely be the base premium. Come on, that's obvious. But this goes to show AI is not as smart as us, okay? Have a question that asks you when you started driving. Right, Jacob. Exactly. That adds more functionality and logic to it. So now the code should be able to calculate when did you start driving and how many accidents have you had since then, or something like that. I'm not gonna add that right now, but that would be a good example. That would definitely be a good one. I like that. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna chill right here. I hope this made sense. I really wanted y'all to see this whole idea of having a project in mind. When you have a project and you starting with something, the code becomes so much easier. Now, do you see why these variables are important? These variables hold the important information. They hold the base premium. They hold how important age. Look how big age and accident is compared to something like the state you live in. The state is not as important as your age, It's really cool. So I want y'all to just see, like, this is the future of coding. I want y'all to know that too. I'm gonna teach y'all how to code, like we're gonna code, how computer programmers are now starting to code, and colleges aren't even teaching this way yet. They're always behind. And this is the future of coding, where you want to start by using these AI tools to create the framework, the shell, and then I can update it. I can always go in here and, like y'all saying, we can add more questions, we can add more flexibility, we can add the minimums, we can do all of that. It's about our brain, it's about our ideas. We tell the program what we want. Now you still need to understand what you need to understand code. You need to understand what's going on, what's going wrong. So that's why I need you to master at least the fundamentals of Python, right? And then you can leverage those fundamentals and let ChatGPT or any of these other AIs do all of the heavy lifting for you, okay? This is how you code. And I'm so excited because this is going to make it easier for so many of our people to get into this space. All right. The people who don't have a background in computer science, the people who don't have a bunch of money to go and pay $20,000, $30,000 for a boot camp. Okay. We making this knowledge affordable, tangible, and also easy to understand. I could sit on here for hours, y'all, for real, and just do this all night, but I'm a hold some of this energy. I'm gonna send y'all some emails. I'm gonna be expecting some emails from y'all as well. Let's get started. Okay, let's not hesitate. Let's not procrastinate. January is going to be great. And I said it at the beginning. I have got the cosign from my team. We're giving y'all internships at our company. Giving y'all internships. You're gonna be able to work behind us, our designers, our front-end developers, our back-end developers, our project managers. You're going to be able to shadow those people and learn how we build, learn how we work with clients, right? All of that good stuff. We're going to help you with your resume. We're going to help you build your LinkedIn page. We're going to help you build your GitHub page where all your projects exist. Everything there. Why? Because I'm tired of us not being represented. I'm tired of it. It's like nobody's doing. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say nobody's doing nothing about it. I'm not going to make it seem like Unlock Academy is the only hero out there, because there are programs that are doing stuff. But what I will say is I know we're one of the most affordable, we're the most transparent, and also relatable. And on top of that, knowing how to simplify. I want to say like we're the most simple. I've joined other people's classes and boot camps just to study, just to see like, how are y'all doing this? How are y'all teaching? And they going right over people's heads. They don't care. They take their money and just be like, you got to get this or we're going to drop you out the program. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is not a certification, but I'm glad you said that, because what we do is I'm going to help you get a certification in Python, right? That's another, matter of fact, wait, can y'all wait for 1 second? Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Let me show y'all what I got for y'all, because I think y'all think this is some half-ass program. This is not no fluff. So let me show y'all what we got for you, okay? Let me show you this. This is it right here. I want y'all to really see this. I want y'all to really see this. Can y'all see this right here? Let me see. All right, I'm gonna have to zoom in on this. So don't tell nobody I showed y'all this, okay? Don't tell nobody. Let me tell you. But look, boom, this is first, okay? Can y'all see this? Y'all can see this right here? We good? Okay, cool. So first, phase one, okay? Phase one, we're gonna be focused on, it's about 6 months long, okay? And we're gonna be building our portfolio up. That's first. All right. First thing we're gonna be doing, we're going milestone 1. In order for you to go to phase 2, you gotta master this first. You gotta learn 4 languages. The languages are some are simple, and then Python, of course, is a little bit more work, but you need to learn 4 of these. The 4 that I really want you to focus on is these 4 right here. Okay, that's the 4 that I really want you to focus on to get to a good point. Okay, if you can't get those 4, at least JavaScript, Python, and HTML. That would be good. Okay. 4 projects. I need you to build 4 projects, 1 certification, right? So I'm gonna help you get a certification from a recognized, notable company, a certification that's respected, and it's not just like some fluff company. It's gonna be real. Also, I need you to understand the cloud and how the cloud works. So 1 cloud certification as well, whether that's through AWS, Heroku, Google Cloud. I'm missing one. Oh, Azure. I don't even know how I forgot that. I'm actually put that at the top. This is Microsoft's cloud. So the cloud is where things are, how things run in the internet. We all know what the cloud is now, but if you don't, it's cool. I'll break it all down to you. But it's pretty much a series of computers, our online network of how everything is connected. So phase 1 is about learning languages, projects, all right, and certifications. All right. Y'all with me? Is this making sense? We got it. This is going to be it. So if you feel like you can do this, type of 1 below, right? Or if you want to do this, if you want to learn some languages, you want to build you some projects, and you want to get some certifications, that's first. This is crazy, y'all. I wasn't supposed to show y'all this tonight. Y'all. Y'all, it's crazy. This is crazy. Cloud is about storage. That's one aspect of cloud. Yeah, one aspect of cloud is storage. Another aspect of cloud is hosting, okay, where websites are hosted and held at. Storage is definitely big, though, for sure. Oh, I got a lot of ones. Let's go. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. So this is first phase. So I see who's serious. I didn't get all the ones, so I know who. Free Your Mind Jones, Joseph, Crystal, Marcus, Clarence, Julia, Knowledge Code, Jasmine, Kenny, my bad, Kenny, Quan, Peace Quan, Rob, Kay, Sylvia, Ty's in it. Okay, cool. So this is who believes and wants to do this right here. So me and other coaches, I took their names off of here, but they're on here. And after that, after you complete the milestone, then you can move on to the next phase, which is the experience phase, okay? This is where we give you internships, okay? You get to shadow our developers, also our, let me zoom in here, also our designers and project managers. I'm gonna just put PM, okay? Real stuff, real clients, right? Real clients. I'm gonna show you, like, you're gonna actually see some insight. You're gonna see, like, yo, how y'all charging $5,000 for a website? I'm gonna show you how it's done, okay? And it's most of it not like, I'm not gonna lie, these internships aren't gonna be heavy on the business side of what we do. It's gonna be heavy on the technical side of what we do. So you're gonna be learning how to do it. You're gonna be working with us. We will give you little projects, so that way you're with us, okay? Also, we have a big nonprofit organization called the People Patch. So just for more experience, we'll be asking you to work on certain aspects of the website. It's more so just to give you more stuff added to your resume, okay? We don't need the help, but in our mind, it's like, why not add on to our website? And two, at the same time, we can give people more experience. So yeah, it's non-paid internship, but what is paid is the gigs, okay? So we're gonna put you on our job network or marketplace where we'll connect you with people who are paying for projects. So imagine somebody post a job and say, I need this website or I need this algorithm. My budget is $1,500. My budget is $3,000 or my budget is $500, whatever it is. And then they post it, and then everybody, and it's only gonna be for y'all. It's only gonna be for members. This is not gonna be something like, this is something that's built, but it's not open to the public. All right, it's only for y'all. So y'all will be able to either say, hey, I'll take that project for $1,500. And in fact, I'll do it for $1,200. Or, hey, actually, me and such, Quan and Tyrone, we want to work on this together. Okay, we actually want to work on this together. And it's going to be two of us working on it instead of one. So now you can work on these projects together to get used to team building and communication as well. But this is where you make money at, okay? This is phase 2. Also competitions, hackathons, different contests, bounties. Bounties is when somebody has some code that has a bug in it and they need help solving that bug. There's websites where all of these bounties exist. They'll even pay you, okay? Let me just show you. So y'all be thinking I'll be lying. I know it, man. Bounties for coding. Y'all be thinking I'll be lying to y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. Here's one right here, right? You go in here and you can literally, whoa, come on. You can literally go in here and shoot, see if it works again. Oh, they website down. Let me get off here before I get hacked. HackerOne, here's another one. Cool, but you can go in here and you literally can apply for bounties. They will pay you to solve bugs, okay? Really cool. Yep, cool. So that's another part of the program. Public challenges as well. Challenge you to do XYZ, like 30 days of coding in a row, one project a week, kind of project challenges, things like that. So all of this is just to build your experience. By the end of this phase, your confidence is going to be through the roof. Okay, your confidence is going to be through the roof. You're going to be like, oh, shoot. Like, not only do I know how to code and I got some languages under my belt, I also have projects under my belt. I have testimonials, references under my belt. I've completed an internship. I've had 2 or 3, 4, 5 paid gigs. Also, this is required. We're going to give you a program. We're going to give you an assignment, I guess, a project to learn typing, right? So this is going to be outside of coding. We need you to be learning how to type, right? I need you to be like me. I need you on your thing, be able to look up, but still be able to say, this is a lot of text and I'm typing without looking down. I need you to be a good typer. It makes you a way better coder, okay? You're going to have typos, you're going to have glitches, cool, no doubt, but you can't be here, all right, saying stuff like, this is the beginning, right? Not saying you have to start off as a master typer. I'm telling you, we're going to make sure that you are becoming a better typer. That's how detailed we are. That's how, like, how much we care about how you look once you get to that next phase, right? Well, actually phase 4, which is the interview. We're going to get to that in a second, all right? Next is collaboration, right? We're going to put you with, one, working with team members and within the tribe. Also working on open source projects, which are projects that already exist out there in the world, but you want to update the code. Like, for example, wikipedia.com. That's an open source website. You can edit the website code. And if it's accepted by the community, your code changes will be live. If you can make a change to wikipedia.com and then they accept it, that's on your resume, company's going to be so excited to hire you. So excited. That's a great addition to add to your resume. Things like that. Also tutoring. All right. That's another thing that you can add. Because remember, our goal is to help you build an amazing resume. Okay. So on your resume, at first, it's going to be like kind of light, right? Because you don't have 5 years of experience. So it's going to be really light. We're going to show you how to bring this thing to life. Yo, I got some hacks for y'all. I'm telling you, I got some crazy hacks for y'all. Okay. So after that, we go into the last phase, which is interview readiness. This is when we working on your resume. We working on career workshops. We working on your LinkedIn page. We talking about workplace etiquette. We talking about working on functional teams and non-functional teams. We talking about charity events, going like networking, professional meetups. We talking about going to job fairs, links, resources, talking to scouts, all of that, okay? Everything, okay? By the end of it, we got some key performance indicators that help us measure how good we did. How many projects in your portfolio? How many certifications do you have? How fast are you typing? How many gigs have you had? How many internships have you had? Have you completed the internship? Do you have a mentee? Do you have a project with a team, right? Do you have a couple different resumes? Come on, y'all. Who rocking with me? All right, who rocking with me? Do me a favor below and type cohort if you really believe that you can get through this whole boot camp. If you believe that you can do it, type cohort below. And man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna bless you with all of this information. I'm gonna bless you with connections to my team, to the people who I look up to as coders and developers who are working at some big tech companies, right? Real big tech companies who are already in there. That's why they're going to be helping heavy when it comes to workplace readiness. They're going to tell you that, because I'm off the market right now. I'm not in the field, right? For the last 5 years, I've been doing my own company, building apps and websites for people and educating people, and of course trading. That's my little first love. That's my love right there. So I'm not in it right now, but I said, you know what? I want to find people who are right now working at these companies like I used to. So I know it, I get it, I know the process, I know what I did to get these jobs, but I want people who are in it right now. So we got some dope people for y'all. And truth be told, I want to say majority is women. Like women, y'all is really stepping into tech. Y'all is killing it. I'm like saluting it. I'm loving it. I'm trying to work for myself, not for someone else. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Jennifer, cohort. Malachi, cohort. Kenny, K, Quan, knowledge, clearance. Perfect. What is the length of this timeline shared? Great question. So some of this stuff is going to overlap. Okay. So the coding, honestly, is going to be nonstop. So as long as you're in a program, you always going to be coding. So I say 6 months though to complete this first phase and be confident. Some people might complete it sooner. They might be in that 4 or 5 month range where they like, I'm a beast right now when it comes to coding and cloud. But I said 6 months because I know people have jobs, they have kids, they're in school or whatever it may be, running businesses. So I say about 6 months to where you can really finish phase one. But you'll still continue with phase one. You'll continue learning these languages and these cloud tools and things like that. And then there's going to be like 3 months of you really just going hard with internships and gigs. So this may not, this right here may not be standalone. You might be doing this at the same time as you're doing collaboration, working on team projects or tutoring somebody. So you can see how this may be just a 3 month period right here alone, but it happened after your first 6 months of going hard and focused on coding, okay? So just call this right here about 9 months, okay? Right here, all of this right here. And then the last 2 months, 3 months, you still coding, you still working on teams, you still doing all that, but we also got some extra sessions where we saying, let me see your LinkedIn page. Let us give you some feedback. Let us tell you what to add, what to remove. Let me see your resume. Let us go over that with you. Let us show you how to simplify it or how to make it pop, things like that. So a lot of this stuff is working, what is it called? Concurrently at the same time, okay? Great question though, Sylvia, great question. Any questions? Instagram, do you train on trading? Yes, I definitely train on trading. If you want to become part of our trading program, you can definitely reach out and I help you get involved. Yep. What membership would this curriculum be under? Let me get y'all the link right now. It's called Python, the Python Path. But if you email me once again, I'll get you the scholarship pricing, okay? The scholarship pricing. We still have a lot of scholarship money. This is early. This is early. And I say that to say, like, I know one day in the near future, I'm going to be saying, hey, we down to $10,000 in scholarship money. We're down to 5,000. We're down to 3,000. Like, I already hear it in my head, and I hear the regret and I told you so. That's what I hear. I hear like yo, I told y'all to take advantage. And I know people going to be signing up after like, yo, any more scholarship money? And I'm like, I told y'all though, like, this is it. But it's still a lot right now. We really still good. I could do the math. Actually, I might email everybody out saying, hey, y'all, we still have XYZ left. Now we know the truth. They need to be paying us. Exactly. Need a minimum. Yes. Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay. So, yeah, we just hit 2 hours. Will PyCharm be better than VS Code? No, they both had their use cases. But for Python, though, yes. PyCharm is better for Python because it's built for Python. So, yes. Okay. Hey, y'all, this has been great. Let me kick myself off of here because I won't leave, yo. I really won't leave. I know me, y'all. I know me. But real quick, before I jump off, any feedback, you're also going to get an email if you registered asking you for feedback for this. Please leave detailed feedback for me. But real quick right here, let me know what was your biggest takeaway and also what are you looking forward to? Please, before you go, what are you looking forward to? What was your biggest takeaway? Just give me something so I can know, this was worth your time. No, not part of the front end path. Nope, it's not part of the front end path. You're welcome, Knowledge Code. It's funny, Knowledge Code and KO Farrell. Yo, y'all two remind me of each other. Have y'all met? Because y'all both been in the tribe for a minute. Sometimes, honestly, like I kind of put y'all together and like, I'll be like, yo, they're the same person. I'm like, no, never mind. No. KO is somebody different. All right. But I think it's the K's and it's like y'all both like really esoteric and like, conscious. So it gets me a little bit. Grasp the concept, looking forward to learning more. Perfect. Looking forward to learning more. Very helpful. Just things I didn't know this was possible. Yeah. Looking forward to a life-changing opportunity. I'm looking forward to working with you too, Kenny. Yep. Does this involve AI prompting or is it a different class? So a little bit of both. That's a good question. So our, let me make sure I get this right here. So we got AI school every Monday night. And in that class, I'm gonna be showing you how to prompt. I'm showing you how to get into prompting. That's every single Monday night. And then Python is where we're gonna be really focused on learning how to code. AI school is showing you how to generate code using AI, but it's more so high level, introducing you to different things that you can do so that way you can see what's possible. We're gonna build trading bots, we build indicators, we build mobile apps, we're gonna build websites, we're gonna build scrapers, we're gonna build hacking algorithms, all using AI. But it's more so just showing you what's possible. Python, the path is where we get deep into it and you literally become a Python developer and you can build anything you want and then go back to how do I use AI to start making these things even better? Okay, good question. How many classroom hours are needed? I would say I can give you a weekly amount. I would say anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours per week will put you in a great spot. And I don't want to hear you ain't got 2 hours a week if you watch Netflix. I don't want to hear you ain't got 2 to 4 hours per week if you got social media. All right. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You deserve to level up. So you deserve to sacrifice some of that stuff. And I'm your coach. So I'm going to be talking real greasy to you a lot. I got to because I want to see us get this. All right. I want to see it for real. You got it. And I know some of us are super busy, man. Like think about my boy Ty, man. Ty went here too. Ty worked hard. He worked hard. He working on shit. That man putting that work in. He doing this for his family, but he make time to get this. You know, he make time to learn these skills and to put like to make up to these sessions. So if he can do it, you can do it. You know, if I can do it, you can do it. I got kids. I got multiple companies. I got traveling to do. I'm about to go to Puerto Rico in a couple of days. I'm taking my computer with me because I'm right now in the process of building this AI app. And I'm like, I want it done. I can't wait to see the finished product, you know? So you need to be passionate. You got to be purposeful. You got to be on it. So I know y'all can do it, man. I know y'all can. So I'm not taking no short change. Okay. Can you inbox me your email address? I'm gonna just type it right here. Do me a favor and just, I don't know if you could see this, but try to grab that right there. Okay, it's right there, Antoine@unlock.academy, because I might miss your name, so that's it. Or you can always DM me too. You can always DM me too. How many classroom? I'm going to make sure I get all these questions before we jump off. Love the path you created. Appreciate you, Craig. Thank you, man. Craig's another hard worker. His shift's crazy. He told me his shifts is crazy. He here though. What about people living outside the US? You good. It don't matter. These jobs you can do from anywhere. You could do our internship from anywhere. Don't let that hold you back. Like there's companies who literally, I could show you on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on all these job websites that say, no matter where you are, remote positions are in right now. It's so hot. Okay. Looking for the, okay, cool. Okay, Ty. Yep, got you. Easy and listening. Enlightening and easy to listen to and speak. Love the food analogy to help with understanding. Foundation and career leap to freedom. Yes. In our classes, y'all gonna get a lot of analogies. A lot. That's how I learned. So I'm gonna share a whole bunch of analogies for real, just to make this as simple as possible. Okay. Yes. Yes. Super relatable. Thank you. We're gonna keep it relatable because once again, everything physical is now in the digital. Yes. Okay, cool. YouTube, how we feeling? We all good over here? Yep. If I missed the question, you got like 2 more minutes to ask it below, so I'll make sure I don't want to just leave off of here. Do you teach trading? Yes. I'm surprised like people don't know that I teach trading. That's crazy. It's called a day trading path. Yeah, you can come over here and join our day trading path. Actually, you might want to start with the starter path. The starter path is 75 a month. You might want to start with that. Okay, 75 a month. It's a coupon right here to get 50% off your first month as well. So you would have to inbox me for that, or if you on Zoom or something, yeah, just hit me up, whatever. Like, I don't mind sharing, y'all. I got y'all. But yeah, no, that's my thing. And I do one-on-one trainings as well. I'm booked up for this month, but if you want one for November, so send me an email and try to lock you in a spot for November. Yeah, that's it. Did I get them all? I want to jump off here so bad because I know me, y'all. I would just keep on going. When is the next class? Great question. So we're going to do a live for all the Python members. Anybody who becomes a member, next week, we're going to do our first live class together. Okay, so be ready for that. And then next AI school is Monday night. So if you haven't joined AI school, the link is in my bio on Instagram, or you can go to, what is it? AI school on unlock.academy and get access as well. So it's all there. Like, we would love to have you join us for AI school every Monday night. I can't wait to the next class. I got something so dope lined up. I was supposed to do it yesterday. I had a family emergency. I couldn't do it. So next week I'm gonna make up for it. I'm gonna do 2 free sessions for y'all. I'm excited. I can't wait. My sister just asked about which trading class to sign up for. I will email you. Okay, great. Yeah, let's get y'all into the trading, because that's another thing too. If you're interested, anybody who learned in Python, what I'm gonna do for you when you join the cohort right now, no, but the cohort students is automatically gonna get the coding and the trading mixed. My goal is that while you're learning the code, it's called earn and learn. While you're learning, you should be able to earn as well. That's my thinking. So I'm actually that's gonna be on a house later on. So if you like a member right now, you could be a member trading right now, but once you in the cohort, I'll pause your membership so you don't have to pay for both. Okay, I got you. But we'll talk more about all that later, y'all. We got time. But just rock with me every week. We're gonna get together, pay attention to your emails, DM me about anything that you might need help with. And I just want us to build our tribe. I want y'all to join each other on Slack, communicate with each other, because when I'm not around, I know that y'all can still help each other. That's how we've been able to do this for the past 5 years. We are in this together, okay? If I'm already a Python member, can I attend? Yes. Cool. All right, everybody. Appreciate y'all. I'll tap in with y'all soon. Peace. Unlock.